We're starting today's video by doing the Wordle for today, alright? First off, my first guess is the word acres. Sadly, I only got two of the letters. Next up, there's no R, there's no A, there's no C, and there's no S. I was gonna do races for some reason. Not like racist, but races, like, car races, But, that wouldn't work. Next up, we're going with dried. Alright? Alright, well, that sucks. Oper? Oh, look at that! Look at that! I'm so smart. Alright, well, this is easy now. Homer? Homer? Let's go! You love to see it! You love to see it. 88% win rate. I know I've lost before. It's unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. But it's okay. I won again. You love to see it. I should also say, Happy Cinco de Mayo Day! Cinco de Mayo! 5th of May! Whatever this day is celebrated for, I don't know. But it's Cinco de Mayo. For me, not for you. Today, I don't know what today will be for you. I don't know. I'm a little behind on uploading, okay? I'm sorry. But anyway, hey, what's going on, guys? This is PukaTuka, and today we're going to be playing some more Doki Doki Blue Skies. Last time we made up with Sayori, and it was all fun and games from there. Alright? Make sure you hydrate yourself, okay? But anyway, yeah, we're back in the club. Okay, everyone, we finished sharing poems a little earlier than usual today, so I guess we've got a little bit of free time before we have to pack away. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super relieved that all these exams are over. The past 2 weeks have been a blur of notes, frantic last-minute cramming, and a bucket load of stress. Student life in a nutshell. You right. It's actually, it's funny for a lot of people. I'm not in university right now. I'm taking a break. I graduated high school a year ago, and I was like, all right, going to university immediately. Not the smart decision. Probably would have been. But I decided to take a year break. I'm going back this fall. But that's not the point. The point is, I completely understand, finals and all that. I even had a final for the month I went. That's pretty funny. Now is it? No, it's not. Thankfully, today marks the end of the assessments. It also didn't help that I was dying to spend more time with Sayori. Me too. How did everyone's exams go? Mixed bag, to be honest. Was never a huge fan of math, so that one definitely could have gone better. Tell me about it. Physics wasn't much better. Coulomb's law, Ohm's law, Lenz's law, and I still don't get any of them. Biology went pretty well, though. We were learning all about the brain for this semester. That's pretty cool. So many different parts, and they've all got funny names. Labeling it was tricky, though. It's fascinating to think that while we were learning about how our brains work, our own brains are active, processing it all. Don't you think? Yeah, if you're a zombie. I'm not sure if I understand. Zombies aren't capable of higher cognition and... Geez, Yuri, it's because they like to eat brains. It was a joke. Oh, Yuri, did you do well? I suppose my performance wasn't too bad. Come on, Yuri. We all know you're a real smarty pants. Bet you ace, like, all of your subjects. You know how you really know how to put her on the spot, don't you, Natsuki? Anyway, to answer your question, Puka, I'm definitely with you. I've never been a big fan of exam season. The amount of stress involved. She rarely rubs her temples. You have to juggle academics with your extracurriculars, don't you? Mm-hmm. High expectations don't make life any easier either. Her face drops for a moment, but that's enough for that. Why don't we have a Christmas party? Ooh, like your Halloween one? That was so fun! Pretty much like that, yes. That's a wonderful idea. A good way to say the year off. Yeah, okay. I can't see why not. Yay! Well, that's a pretty unanimous vote. You can host it around mine, by the way. I motion towards Monica and Yuri. As I imagine, you model students wouldn't want to break into school twice. You'd be correct. Her stern visage betrays no humor. Looks like my joke didn't quite go to plan. Anyway, now that we've all got that sorted, she quickly checks the clock. I'm going to have to get going, so now's a good time to call the meeting. I'll see you guys at the party. Let's make a move, Sayori. Okay, I'll see you guys later. With a wave, we all pack away and go our separate ways. It feels weird that we just don't do... That was fast. That's a very fast one. Feels weird that we haven't done any, actual, club stuff in a while. It just feels weird. By all accounts, today would be a day I'd be spending with Sayori. After our club meeting, though, she texted everyone suggesting a Secret Santa idea where we all buy each other presents. Funnily enough, I ended up with her as my Santa, which put a dampener on things. I was looking forward to Christmas shopping with her. As I didn't fancy going alone, I decided to message Yuri and see if she wanted to come with me. As I wasn't Yuri's Santa, she agreed, although in typical Yuri fashion, she was quite surprised that I wanted to go shopping with her. Some things never change. Oh, look at that! We got snow! We have one... Okay, I was gonna say, just the one snowdrop. So, any idea what to get Monica? I have some ideas, but nothing I'm truly certain on. Part of the downside of shopping for someone is that when you don't know them well, you can never be sure what they want. If it's any consolation, I don't really know what to get Sayori either. Truth be told, I've never been that great with presents. Maybe a new bow? Or some new clothes? But women's clothing makes no sense to me. I never really talked to Sayori about her fashion sense. Well, we have this entire day ahead of ourselves, Puka. It would be sensible to look at the recipient's hobbies and go from there, wouldn't you think? Hopefully we'll be able to find something. Yeah, you're right. Look at this. I love this. I love the snow so much. It's so pretty. I love snow. I love when it snows. I live in an area where when it snows, you know, we may not get a lot, but it's just enough to where it changes. It's all white and it just looks really nice, you know. At this time of year, the streets are very busy. Seems like half of the entire town decided to do their Christmas shopping today. From the constant fiddling of her hair and nervous look in her eyes, it's clear that Yuri isn't a fan of crowds. She's standing quite close to me, her eyes bouncing around whenever someone passes close to her. You know, I've had an idea. Oh? Well, Monica plays the piano, right? So I'd imagine she'd be into music. Have you ever spoken to her about what kind of band she likes? Any musicians in particular? You know, now that you mention it, yes, we've had discussions about her musical preferences before. Well, our tastes aren't exactly aligned completely. We both tend to appreciate music with thoughtful lyrics. She has a presence towards music that has lyrics with clever wordplay. If I recall correctly, she wasn't much of a rap fan, although she's begun to appreciate the thought and effort that goes into rapping. Much like with poetry, lyrics can be a powerful way to express your thoughts, the battles you're going through, and the demons you face. The effect of music can be incredible, not just on the listener, but the artists themselves. Take the famous singer Freddie Mercury. Outside of the band, he was shy and actually rather introverted. What? Really? I've always seen him as really flamboyant and confident. When he was on stage, it was like he owned the whole room. Odd, but you see, that was only while he was on stage. As a performer, he was of course as bold, confident, and rambunctious as you may think. She stares off dreamily, lost in thought. Yuri? Oh, goodness, sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Anyway, yes, I think the music store would be a fine place to start. Let's make a move, shall we? Alright, to the music store we go! Look at this! More music, more backgrounds, all that stuff, all the fun stuff. Haha! If only I could read kanji, I would translate this stuff. I would. This message down here, I would translate it. I can't read kanji just yet. I can't. I can barely read hiragana or katakana. I can't even read katakana. No, I can barely read hiragana. That's Japanese. I know this is Japanese. I do know that. Anyway, thankfully, the music shop is much quieter than the streets outside. As predicted, Yuri visibly relaxes, taking a deep breath. Much better. Now, where do we suppose we should start? If I remember correctly, Monica hasn't been playing the piano for that long, right? She must still be a novice, so as my eyes wander, a feasible choice of present grabs my attention. How about these? We amble over, with Yuri looking on curiously. It's basically a guide on how to play popular songs on piano. I flip it over, checking out the description on the back. Note for note, specially catered for beginners. Ooh. I bet. She flips through the pages. I've never heard Monica discuss these artists before, so she might not even want to learn how to play any of these songs. Not that your suggestion wasn't a good one. I didn't mean to sound dismissive or anything. It wasn't dismissive, Yuri. It was a pretty smart thing to bring up. It was a suggestion. Let's keep looking. I'll sit up taller. I'll sit up straight. You know, project myself, because, you know, Posture does have a lot. There's a lot that when it comes to projecting your voice, that's. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? It's tempting to get Sayori something from here as well. I knew what her tastes were like when we were younger, but I have no idea if they've changed. Probably best to come with her one day. I remember Monica was talking about this song. I peer over to what she's looking at. Huh? The retro aisle, huh? Didn't know she was really into old songs. If I remember correctly, this appealed to her Moriso from a metaphorical perspective. What's more is that the song is actually a story in itself. Initially, describing a castaway lost at sea, slowly losing all hope after admitting it's been a year since he wrote his SOS message. It then describes how he resigns himself to his fate, accepting that he's alone, cut off from the real world with no one to save him, despite his efforts. But one day, he wakes up and realizes that there are other bottles scattered around the shore, and so he realizes that other people share in his loneliness. Ironically, he shares his loneliness with other people. The entire tale told under 5 minutes. While it isn't quite what I'd listen to either, the themes that underlie the song and the message it portrays is powerful. The power of loneliness stemming from an individual cut off from the real world, desperately seeking someone to rescue them, the loss of hope. Man, a conversation between Yuri and Monica would probably go on for hours if this explanation is anything to go by. You really look into this stuff, don't you? Sorry, I know it must be really weird and you didn't even ask for the analysis. It's not weird at all. I think it's really cool how you don't take a song at face value. Even with the lyrics, you find all the metaphors and hidden meanings. It's not something I really do myself, but if it's something you enjoy, power to you, right? Really? Really. Don't be ashamed of who you are, Yuri. You've got your interests, and that's great. I'll admit that we're different in that sense, but I'd never look down on you for being more analytical. Besides, it probably helps you in school. Anyway, did you want to get the vinyl for this song, or... Oh, well, I don't know if she has a vinyl player. I'm so tired. Genuinely am tired. There wouldn't be much point if she doesn't have one. I actually had another idea for a gift, which should hopefully be more dependable. Okay, I'm listening. We're back to the library! Oh, we're back here again. Back here? Yeah, when Sayori and I were doing festival preparation, we came here for supplies. This place had what we needed, so I'm a little more confident now. Anyway, what did you have in mind? Oh, well, I noticed that Monica handwrites a lot of things. Her poems, her entries in her planner and diary. I've always admired the look and feel of a well-crafted fountain pen. These days, they're quite rare. Most people use biros or ballpoints. Fountain pen, huh? Funny you mention that, actually. If you were my secret Santa, that's probably what I'd get you. Guess you both appreciate the same things. Well, I'm not really sure if she would like it, but I suppose it's more dependable than a vinyl, given she doesn't need any equipment to use the gift. Anyway, let's have a look. In front of us lies a shelf, carefully slotted with a wide variety of fancy-looking fountain pens, all in different shapes, sizes, and colors and styles. Yeah. Yuri takes out a selection of choices, handling each one with the utmost care. She turns them over in her hand, bringing each pen up to eye level, inspecting it from nib to the edge of the cap. Being totally honest, while I can definitely see their appeal, it's a little boring. I'm sure that to the right person, they're much more than just a writing instrument, but for me, they're just metal sticks that hold ink. I mean, what exactly can you do with a pen, aside from writing? I get this reference. I get this reference. I get it completely. This is a reference to Yuri specifically, of all people, with pens. Ugh. As my mind wanders, a typical reaction when I'm bored, she calls me over. This one tempts me the most. What do you think? Well, it's definitely pretty. The dark green against the black looks really cool. Feels pretty weighty too. I can imagine she'd really like this one. That last part isn't exactly true, but at this point, I'm not exactly keen to spend lots of time in this shop. Yuri has a habit of getting lost in her own little world, and while I don't mind it, it can drag out at times. I like how it comes with its own bottle of ink too. A nice little touch. I think this one will do fine. I inwardly heave a sigh of relief. I had that feeling that Yuri would take even longer than Sayori when it comes to shopping. Let's just hope we don't pass by the book aisle. You right. What will you get Sayori? Still have no idea. Anything to do with clothes are out of the picture. Don't know what her style or size is. What does Sayori like to do in her free time? Sleep? Eat? Yuri stifles a small laugh. Come on, Puka. You're missing an obvious one. I don't think being clumsy is a hobby. Poetry. Wow. Now I really do feel like an idiot. So, like a new notebook to write poems in? Never bought a gift for a poet before. That's a viable choice, however. Although, if I can suggest... Well, far be it for me to tell you what to get her, but given your history together, would it not be a... I'm not gonna be offended, Yuri. Well, would it not be better to get a more personalized present? Something that really reminds you of her? A new notebook or pen are of course practical gifts, but they aren't particularly personal. Okay, so a more personalized present, something that reminds me of her. For instance, let's look at her poems. They're rather intimate, no? A reflection of her inner thoughts and feelings? Well, I really liked her Bottles poem, and wait, that's it! Sorry, I'm not sure if I understand. You can buy little bottles that are illuminated by lights. If I get a few, all with different color lights, they can be metaphors for the happy thoughts she has. Yuri's eyes light up. Ah, that's such a wonderful idea, Puka. Not only is it very thoughtful, but it's a wonderful homage to one of her best poems. I guarantee you that she would love it. I really surprised myself, don't I? Where would you get such a gift from, though? You can order them from the internet. I'll tell you what, actually. Do you want to wrap your present for Monica at my place? I can order Sayori's gift and help you out with that. Are you sure? I've already taken up a lot of your time, and I'd hate to... It's Christmas, Yuri. Well, give or take a few days. Come on. If you're sure... Let's go! You love to see it, baby. You love to see it. You love to see it. Christmas shopping. I haven't done that in years. Look at this! It's all Christmas themed. I love it. I already got my screenshot. You can see the picture right there, too. He has it. Apparently, according to this... Wait. 1 second. Reluctantly, I dragged my eyes away from the anime I'm watching. Right when the bald guy was about to punch his adversary, look, I was gonna do something I need to remember, but you can see Saitama, alright, from One Punch Man, right there, in the middle picture frame, you can see him, just barely, if you look close enough. I would edit and zoom in. I just have to remember, that's why I took pause, so I can write down the time, but I forgot to do that. Because I just don't do that stuff. But anyway, right when the bald guy was about to punch his adversary. Although, the intrusion is immediately forgiven once I realize it's Sayori telling me she's here. I have no clue why I was struggling to, like, see what was happening right there. I was like, okay, can I go on to the next line, please? Can I finish my line? Hey! Someone's in a good mood, hey. As we share an embrace, I affectionately run my fingers through her hair. Of course. Exams are finally over, all our presents are sorted, and I get to spend the day with you. Why wouldn't I be? As we take a seat on the sofa, I offer my shoulder as a cushion, to which she delightfully obliges. Sitting here with Sayori nuzzled into me, an arm around her, feeling her warm body next to mine. Oh, how these past few weeks have been worth the wait. God. Coming from someone who's single, this is torturous to read. This is torturous. This is just pure torture. I don't want to have to sit here and read about a guy that I'm supposed to be portrayed by, experiencing this stuff. This isn't realistic. This doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Not for me. Well, given how amazing my present for you is, you're very right to be. I wink at her and her eyes light up. Childish excitement all over her features. Ooh, can I try and guess? You can, but that doesn't mean I'll tell you. Gotta wait until the others are here. Aw, okay. Is it a new bow? That was actually something I considered, actually. But, given how much that red bow suits you, I didn't want to mess with that. Besides, I don't really know your style very well, truth be told. Well, for future reference, I like blue. A blue bow would really go well with your eyes, which would make you look even prettier. You're really sweet, do you know that? I'm serious, Sayori. You know, I don't think I've ever told you this, but you're beautiful. Shut up! Oh, wow! Shut up! I don't want to read this anymore. I'm done with this game. Your eyes especially, and the way your hair falls over your face, the way your smile lights up a room. How can you make my day... How you can make my day better just by being there? Everything I've been wanting to say to her over the past few weeks is finally tumbling out of my mouth. Don't keep saying stuff we can't get... Shut up, 2022. It's not like me to be romantic at all. I don't know where these words are coming from, but they just feel so right to say. I don't think I've ever told you just how much you mean to me. Her face is inched closer and I can feel her warm breath on my skin. Hold up, somebody knock on the door! There's a silence in the room, broken only by my voice, which is lowered to a whisper. And I know that our history has been a little inconsistent, but to be honest, you're here now. We're here now. We're here now, and that's all I care about. She looks at me with a nervous anticipation and coos slightly, her eyes shining with bliss. Someone knock on the door! Please, knock on the door! I don't want to read this. With my heart hammering, I'm aware of what's about to happen. We both lean forward. Wow, this is really about to happen. Let's go! Screw that! Screw you! That doesn't get to happen. I don't want that. Both of our eyes shoot open, and I'm 100% sure that the immense pang of disappointment that I'm feeling is mutual. Why now, of all times? With a heavy sigh, I reluctantly pull myself away from Sayori and head to the door. Yeah. Let's go. You get nothing. No bitches. Hey guys. You know, you guys ready for a story? Here's a story about the first time I went over to one of my ex's house. Not my girlfriend, my ex's house. This was, I don't know which year, I don't know how long ago this was, in terms of like years ago. I know what grade I was in high school. I went over to my girlfriend's house, alright? Her parents were away at a casino for the night, alright? For the night. So they'd be back at like 11 to midnight-ish, somewhere around that time. But, you know, I was going over to her house, you know, since they were gone. It was just me and her at the house. You know, it was raining. I had to stay after school and wait at the school for hours. And then, like, you know, around the time when she told me that I should be able to come over, I couldn't. So I just had to wait in the rain. It was raining, and I was walking around her neighborhood, all right, after walking there from the high school. And it's like 2 hours passed. I'm cold. I'm wet. I'm hoping this night better be worth it. All right, so I get into her house, you know, and we talk. You know, she shows me around because, you know, it's my first time in her house. Shows me, you know, the first floor, the second floor, you know, all that, her bedroom, you know, just sort of like a general like specification. She was also dog sitting, I believe, for her neighbor, so the dog was downstairs. But yeah, it was a nice dog. Obviously, you know, I'm a new person, so the dog's, you know, a little more barky, you know, towards me. But, you know, we end up downstairs on the couch talking, and, you know, I don't remember much because it was quite some time ago, but I do remember that this was we let's just say it led on to some more intimate times, and then it almost led into a very intimate time. But a friend of mine that I had to have come pick me up because I didn't have my license at the time, and I didn't, you know, I didn't drive there, you know, obviously. So he's picking me up, but he has his permit, so he has to bring his dad with him. All right. So I don't want to make them wait whenever they get here, because, you know, if it was just him, I'd make him wait if, you know, I was busy. But he had his dad with him, so no matter what, I wasn't gonna extend my time out further. So before anything happens, he arrives and ruins my night. And quite frankly, it's still to this day, it's a really funny story to this day, but let me tell you, every time he brings it up, you know, it just hurts. It hurts. But that's in the past. It's in the past. I just thought I'd bring up that story. Puka, let's get this party started, shall we? I chuckle and let her in, waving to Yuri and Natsuki as well. So, this is your house, huh? Technically, it's my parents', actually. She pulls an unimpressed face. Very funny. Congestion. Ugh. Every time I play this game. You keep it in good condition, Puka. Just like how I remembered it. Huh? Yeah, I almost Sayori, I forgot you've been in my house. Huh? You've been here before, Yuri? Sayori shoots me an inquisitive look, and for some reason I'm hit with the urge to hastily explain myself. Yeah, Yuri and I went Secret Santa shopping together. I had to wrap our presents here. Man, did any of you guys struggle with that? Or was it just me being an idiot? Natsuki mutters something under her breath. No, I didn't find it too easy either. Speak for yourselves, guys. It was a walk in the park. Such confidence, Natsuki. Why don't you go first, then? As much as I like Natsuki, it's always darkly satisfying when she gets knocked down a peg or two. Especially when it comes to ones from someone as calm and shy as Yuri. Natsuki nervously looks around. Well, is everyone ready to share? Of course. Come on, Natsuki. Who did you have? There's a playful smirk playing on her lips. Okay. Anyway, I couldn't wrap it. Well, for obvious reasons, duh. She pulls out what looks like some kind of plant from her bag. It's for you, Yuri. A plant? Yeah, it's a peace lily. And I did some research on them. They're really good at improving air quality. Don't really know how, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I thought it'd suit you because they're supposedly good for boosting your concentration. I know you like to read a lot, and these plants are apparently really good at helping you focus and calming you down. Oh, and they're super easy to take care of as well. You got this for me? Unless there's another Yuri in the room, yeah. Why? Don't you like it? No, it's not that. I'm just, well, it's such a thoughtful gift. You're right, it would make for a perfect environment to sit down and read in. Not only would it help me write poetry, but it would also make a wonderful addition to my bedroom. Thank you ever so much, Natsuki. It means a lot. It's just a plant, sheesh. But for what it's worth, I'm glad you like it, Yuri. Merry Christmas and all that. There it is. That merry, festive spirit. It's so nice to see Yuri and Natsuki getting along so well, even after their fights and differences. Natsuki's gift took me surprised, though. I didn't know she was so thoughtful. Guess she does have a heart after all. I'll give it to you, Natsuki. That was pretty good gift. You've raised the bar pretty high. Anyway, I guess I'll go next. This is for you, Natsuki. As she pulls out her gift, the expression on Natsuki's face transforms from a thinly disguised indifference to genuine shock. Is that a spice rack? Yep, it comes with a bunch of spices too. Anyway, I figured that this could be handy, given how much you're into culinary stuff. I wasn't sure what spices they had you, but luckily these came with some with the rack itself. And if I remember correctly, I think these three are fennel, thyme, and one more. Those names probably mean more to you than they do to me. Merry Christmas. Geez, it looks like it costs a lot. Monica dismisses her objection with a wave. And money is money. Don't worry about it. Yeah, money's just money, you know. She swallows and composes herself. Thanks, Monica. She looks at the floor. That's really nice of you. All good, Nat. Anyway, who's next? Yuri bashfully reaches into her bag. This is for you, Monica. She hands her a small box we wrapped together. Ooh, wrapped as well. You really did go the extra mile. She unwraps the box, revealing a beautiful fountain pen within. Pardon me if I misjudged. However, I noticed that you do a lot of writing, whether that be for your poems or in your planner. I found this pen to be beautiful, and it really writes well. And it comes with a bottle of ink too? Very traditional, Yuri. I would have guessed you've opted for something like this. You're right, though. It is a very ornate pen. She picks it up, gently rolling it through her fingers. It has a really nice weight to it. Thank you, Yuri. Your timing is pretty good. I was running out of ink with my old pen. You're most welcome, Monica. I'm glad you like it. I was tempted to go for something musical, something to do with piano, but I wasn't sure what sort of things you were learning with the instrument, so I figured a pen was a safer bet. Monica loads the pen with ink and gives it a test run. Writes really well. Where did you get this? I'm tempted to visit the shop myself at some point. Just a shop in town. Just be mindful not to press too hard, as it's really easy for the ink to flow too much. The last thing you'd want is a puddle of ink. Duly noted. Wait, hang on. Going by the process of elimination. Yuri, did we get each other? Well, we are the only ones left, so I think we did, yeah. Do you want to go first? Here you go. She hands me a medium-sized rectangular object wrapped in snow-themed wrapping paper. Let me guess. A book? All because I joined the literature club, man? Oh, wow. Definitely did not expect to see a younger version of myself smiling up I definitely did not expect to see a younger version of myself smiling up at me. I wasn't really sure what to get you. My first thought was a game, but I'm not sure what you're into, so thought I'd go for something more sentimental, for a more sentimental pick. This is one of my favorite pictures of us when we were kids, so I thought giving you my favorite memory would be a good idea. I remember this day. It was when our parents took us to the fair and we got you that giant cow plushie. Hey, I know that plushie. I've seen that plushie before. Ah, it's in a room. I know that cow. Yeah, that's the one. I fondly look at the piano. We're both standing side by side with the cow sitting below us. And an impossibly huge grin is on both of our faces. The cow wasn't much shorter than we were back then. Remind me never to make fun of your ability to pick out a fantastic present, Sayori. This is super thoughtful. The frame itself is a lovely touch as well. Yeah, it's cute. Anyway, I hope my gift can stack up to yours, Sayori. Here you go. Are these bottles? Yep, but as you can see, there's also colored lights inside them. Hang on, let me flip the lights off so you can see what I mean. Look at that! Elite gift! It's so simple, yet it's so sentimental. It's perfect. It is perfection. It is perfect. Ah! I accidentally pressed the change to the stream ending thing. I didn't mean to press that. Luckily, I also paused the recording, but yeah. There's a collective ooh as the darkness brings out the light's true potential. Against the blackness, the reds, blues, greens, and yellows flare to life. It feels a bit strange speaking into the darkness, especially when I can't see Sayori's reaction though. Anyway, I got this as a reference, I guess, to your bottles poem. I couldn't help but notice that the bottles represented your happy thoughts. Each light in these bottles are basically a happy memory, a happy thought that I've shared with you. Obviously, I've got more than 4 happy memories with you, but I couldn't exactly buy 100 bottles. Anyway, this is gonna sound really cheesy, but all of a sudden, I'm grateful that we're in the dark, as it makes it much easier to really speak my mind. Ah, cringe! Cringe! Ah! Ugh, ugh. You're my happy thoughts, Sayori, and I just want to give you something that you could keep as a reminder of that. Merry Christmas. I flicked the light back on. You better not be crying. Ah! Gosh, I hate this. Jeez, you two, get a room. Sorry, I had to be sad. Puka, this is such a sweet present. I think it's the best gift I've ever had. Indeed, it truly embodies thoughtfulness. I knew it was an excellent choice the very first moment you suggested it. I'll give you credit, Puka. You can really tell that you two have been best friends for a while. My cheeks redden as I hear all of their praise. I was hoping the present would be well received, sure, but I wasn't expecting anyone to be so impressed. You guys, anyway. Now that all of the present sharing is over, does anyone want to play something? What did you have in mind? Oh, there's... Yes, multiplayer video games. Who else but me? There are some video games that are multiplayer, and I think I have some board games laying around. There's Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit, Scrabble, Wade, Cluedo, some others. Hang on. You really do live a wild lifestyle, you know that? Hey, I did suggest video games, but none of you seemed that interested. Exactly my point. Yuri quickly interjects. I think Trivial Pursuit could be fun. Yeah, that way we get to see how smart you really are, Yuri. Sure, we can give it a go. You're on, Yuri. I'm not really into competition. Fine. There better be some questions on manga, though. I doubt. Now we're in, and it's very clear that the game is clearly between Yuri and Monica, who are roughly neck and neck. Everyone's been enjoying it, though, even Natsuki, although she tries to act like the whole thing is boring for her. I can tell she's having fun. Currently, it's Sayori's turn. The color pink? Oh, the entertainment category. The 90s video game characters Banjo and why did I say Banjo? Banjo and Kazooie are what 2 animals? I wonder. It's like I know the answer. It's a dog and I almost said cat. It's a dog and a duck. Ooh, I should know this one. Yeah, I swear we've played it together when we were kids. Can you give me a hint? Sorry, you'll just have to grin and bear it. Is that a hint? She pouts, clearly missing the cleverly concealed hint. Is that is it a, wait. Am I stupid? Banjo? Oh, it is a bear! No, I'm stupid. It's not, that's Duck Hunt. I was thinking of Duck Hunt. Banjo and Kazooie is a bear and a goose? Something? I don't know. Well, what are the choices? A bear and a bird, a lizard and a bat, or a gorilla and a monkey? A lizard? I understand the gorilla and a monkey, because that's Donkey Kong. What is a lizard and a bat? Lizard and a bat? Okay, I just did some research. Apparently, the lizard and a bat one is a ripoff, or is a node to... It's a game that came out like 20-ish years ago. Called something. But yeah, the main character, it was basically like Banjo and Kazooie. But, you know, a lizard and a bat. Interesting. But yeah, it's a bear and a bird. I can't remember. I'm gonna go with the bear and a bird. Ooh, yay! I got it right. I totally knew that. If you got it wrong, we wouldn't be friends. Hey! Let's see what I get. Literature. In the Japanese story, The Spider's Thread, why was Kandata unable to escape hell using the spider web? Of course you know the answer. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, literature, of course. The web was an illusion. Other prisoners were also trying to use the web to escape, or the devil cut the web before Kandata could break free. Nothing like an easy question, huh? I remember reading the story a very long time ago. This is really going to bother me if I don't get it right. It's B. She flips her card over. Aha! I knew it. Another point to me. Nerd. Knowledge is power, Natsuki. Natsuki mumbles something under her breath. Anyway, if I get another geography question, I'm gonna flip. What does blue mean again? Don't say it's geography. Okay, it's not geography. She rolls her eyes. It is, isn't it? Her eyebrows furrow as she reads the question. What is the capital of Australia? It's Sydney! I know this one! Sydney, Adelaide, or Canberra. Canberra. I don't know. Don't most people get this one wrong? Along with Canada, most people think it's Toronto or Vancouver. However, it's Quebec. I now get the feeling this is a trick question. Like, I've heard of Sydney and Adelaide, but I would have picked one of those two. To hell with it. I'm going with Canberra. Oh, that's right. Well, that was easy. I thought it was Adelaide, to be honest. I thought it was Sydney. Hey! Look at that! Who's the nerd now, Natsuki? Shut up. Science one, which of these arteries is the major artery of the forearm and wrist? Why do you get this question? Carotid? Radial? Femoral. It's the second one. I know this one. I'm fairly certain it's the radial. Yeah, the carotid is in the neck. How did you know that? Because I pay attention in biology, silly. Why does everyone think I'm an idiot or something? Prove that you're not an idiot by winning it. Huh? Why don't you? She got you there, Puka. Can't really dispute that. No, I can't. A couple of hours have passed since the end of the board game. A comfortable, lazy atmosphere settled upon the room, the kind where no one can be bothered to do much after eating a hefty meal. As the night wore on, the general conversation topics have grown a little more mellow and reflective. We're all lounging in the living room. Sayori is next to me, and I'm fighting the urge to cuddle up to her. I don't know if she wants to tell everyone we're together yet. As I'm trying to figure out a way to talk to her in private, she suddenly springs up and whispers in Monika's ear. Both girls glance in my direction as Monika giggles. Both of them get up and head over to the kitchen, whispering conspiratorially, I don't know what that word was, but that's a word, to one another. The strange change of behavior causes me to raise an eyebrow. What are you two doing? Oh, you'll find out soon. Something about the sing-song way of how she delivered that line rouses my suspicions further. I glance over to Natsuki and Yuri, but both are holding a poker face. Well, as good a poker face as they can manage, that is. Either of you guys know what's going on? Oh, he's gonna mess this up. Natsuki, don't be so rude. What? Come on, this is gonna be so funny. I want to know. You guys know I'm literally sitting right here, right? Yuri shoots me a sympathetic look. I would tell you, but I've been told not to. It'll ruin the surprise. Can everyone drop this Illuminati stuff and just tell me what's got into... Puka, can you come here? Bewildered, I oblige. Walking up to Sayori and Monika, I notice the former looks really nervous for some reason. Man, I don't know what was in the food we just ate, but it's making you all act super weird. Monica steps away from us, shooting Sayori a wink as she does. Look up, Puka. Ah, I get it! Mistletoe! Ah, you're so funny! I hate you all. Half expecting some sort of cryptic hint on the ceiling, I oblige. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's that mistletoe that earlier I'm fairly certain was not there, and fully aware of what you meant to do under it. As Sayori shuffles over to me, my heart starts pounding once more. It was nerve-wracking enough when it was just us two earlier. You set this up with the girls, didn't you? Poorly disguised look of innocence on Sayori's face tells me all I need to know. I should have seen this coming. What a time to forget how crafty you can be, Sayori. She's standing right in front of me now, expectancy clearly visible on her features. Do you want us to look away? Do you want us to look away? Only a distant, far away part of me registers Monica's voice. Right now, the only thing I'm truly focused on is the beautiful girl in front of me. Actually, no, that's a lie. The most important thing I'm focusing on right now is how not to mess this up. All those thoughts go out of the window as Sayori's lips finally meet mine. This is gross. This is gross. I'm not supposed to enjoy this. Ew, this is gross. And in that moment, nothing else matters. I sigh contentedly, pulling her closer to me. One of my hands caresses the back of her head while the other gently cups her face. Nothing could have prepared me for this moment. I'm drinking her in, lost in the sensation of her lips on mine and her warm, soft hands linked around the back of my neck. All the fears I had about messing this up melt away as the kiss progresses. I have no clue what I'm doing, but from how good this feels and how blissful Sayori seems to be, I think it's safe to say it's working. Eventually, we break away. Thank you, after all that time. You know what's weird is I've played a mod where I've literally had sex, and I didn't even take it that weird. But this is just, It's impossible to tell how long that kiss went on for. Seconds? Minutes? Years? As I open my eyes, Sayori's beautiful face fills my vision. There's such a tender, heartfelt look in her eyes that I've never seen before. Oh, that adorable giggle. Sheesh, you two. I knew it. Natsuki rolls her eyes. Wasn't it super obvious when Sayori asked us to bring them mistletoe? No, I mean, ever since Puka joined the club, I had a gut feeling they liked each other. Childhood sweethearts, huh? That almost sounds like a trope. Really? It might be one. You ever think about that, Monica? The way you two spoke about one another, it was ever so endearing. I'm happy for you two. Yeah, congrats and all. Just keep the mushy stuff outside the club, okay? I grin weakly. I'll do my best. Anyway, it's getting late. I think it's time we leave these lovebirds to it. She nudges Yuri. Oh yes, of course. Thank you for hosting the party, Puka. It was really enjoyable. Yeah, it was. Just make sure you use protection, okay? Natsuki? Kidding. Please. And on that awkward parting remark, Sayori and I are left alone. There's a moment of silence. Puka, what's up? She bites her lip, looking away. There's traces of anxiety on her face. Can I ask you something that might sound a bit weird? Sure. Was it okay for us to kiss? I mean, wasn't the mistletoe idea yours? I know. It's just, well, my heart is telling me that it's all okay, but my brain is telling me, well, it's being a bit of a meanie. This was the right choice, right? Sorry, I know this might sound really sudden. I just didn't want to say anything while the others were here. Sorry, it's just still so confusing. I take her hand in mine and tilt her head so our eyes meet. Look, Sayori. Why are you feeling like this was the wrong decision? It's kind of hard for me to stop believing that I'm not worth your love and your attention. And the last thing I want to do is drag you down and have you waste your time on someone like me. But at the same time, I'm trying to stay hopeful and listen to my heart, which is telling me that it's okay to go for what I want. Well, did you enjoy the kiss? Because I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed it. She blushes. I did, yeah. You're a good kisser. Well, I've never been happier. Whenever you're around, I'm always in better spirits. We both want each other, and we're both happy with each other, so how can this be the wrong decision, Sayori? I don't really know for sure, but I'm guessing that this is the depression trying to tell you you're not allowed to be happy. Of course you are. Don't worry, Sayori. We'll get through this together. Just remember, this is all my choice. No one is forcing me to make it. She pauses for a moment, reflecting on my words. I just hope I've managed to get through to her. Okay, thanks, Puka. I guess you're right. I'll try to remember that. Oh, by the way, sorry for putting you on the spot when the others were around. Oh, I bet you were enjoying that. It's alright. I got to kiss you, so it was made up for that. Yeah, it was. Really nice, wasn't it? I think I'd enjoy kissing you a lot more without 3 people watching. They're all gone, so you... Oh, I hate this! Without even waiting for her to finish the question, I kiss her again. Oh man, this is something I could definitely get used to. As it's just the 2 of us, the kiss feels a lot more personal, and that's absolutely fine by me. Merry Christmas, Sayori. Their faces only inches apart, she playfully nuzzles my nose with her own, laughing. Holding her this close, being able to hear her heartbeat, feeling her warm breath on my face, hearing her whisper, "Thank you for everything, Puka. Merry Christmas to you." And we're back with this. I'm having so much fun. Although this feels like an absolute bliss, a part of me can't help but wonder what I'm getting myself into. It would be naive to think that everything would be sunshine and rainbows from here on out, no matter how strongly we feel about each other. Will we really be okay together? Perhaps there's no sense in worrying about the future so much. Maybe it'll just be best to take each day as they come. After all, there's only one way to find out. Oh, Act 3! Into the Unknown! It's a song! It's for Frozen 3! You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. But anyway, I'm ending it here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did not, because this was very awkward. I had to sit through all this. But if you did, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, and also hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and hit that little bell so you know the next time I upload a video. Yeah, I'm out. Peace!